always rearranging their guts. Give my power to wield. This medallion for you. This medallion for you.
Hey, Scythe, what's up, buddy? How's your run going? I am just getting some limb attachments from this temple, and then I think I'm just going to full send it on expedition until we rip. Maybe do Bodach as well. I don't want to unlock a few things in expedition first though. Do some of the sagas that I've got in my stash.
Of Liraval shall not suffer the same fate as Atsuata. Fractured space. Miscalculate.
Hey, Herminator, how are you, mate? Oof, 97 Scythe. That's a fair effort. Yeah, I'm... Not that I'm bored of the build yet, this one, but it's kind of reached a point where it's probably as good as it's going to get, so I'm just going to full send it on Expedition, I think. Do a couple of Expedition bosses, hopefully unlock the Law Weave recipe. Farm up some currency. Maybe do Bodach as well at some point. We'll see how we go today. Probably a shorter stream because we got the podcast a bit later on, so and we'll want a break before that podcast. Yeah, the podcast starts at 2 a.m. for me. It's like, what is it, 8 p.m. at the moment. Two limb attachments we just got are pretty trash, but oh well. God, destabilized a lot there, didn't it? Do I have a reroll? Oh, it's a better reroll. Actually, do we do Siri now? Didn't realize I had the crystals for this. May as well do a cheeky little Let's Siri run, I think. Why not? Six hours isn't too big of a difference.
The insides shuffle.
I think I got this smithy to level 3 as well, that would be nice.
None can oppose me. No amount of smithing will save your empire from ruin. Through big hammers. Out the door. So much sense. So little sense. I'll hold this medallion for you.
Nice, 2 armor infuses. This is exactly what we wanted. 50D on THC or standard? What the fuck? Wow. Okay. I'm surprised someone had the vines to spare for something like that. Probably one of the top boys, I'd imagine. Maybe like... Probably one of the top 10 or something like that, I'd say. Just going for a... Yeah, gambling on a boon or something. Must have been so. Ooh. That's a very good one for us. Hey, maxed out our block chance. Nice.
This time, we shall succeed.
Hey, Jason. Just saw your YouTube comment, mate. Any ideas what you will league start next league? No. Very highly depends on the patch notes, really. They have
Let nothing stop you.
constantly talked about 0.55 being a big balance change, so I expect quite a few things to get changed. But look, if it doesn't get nerfed, the shield wall build's always a very strong league starter, so it always got that in the back pocket. This Grim Pillar build actually was pretty damn good as a league starter, although the Grim Pillars very much depends on Expedition being the league mechanic. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty damn hard upgrading it and even finding it if the remnants aren't in every map during the campaign. But in endgame, it could still be an option, I guess. But ultimately, yeah, very much will depend on the patch notes and what gets introduced, what changes.
Enough of this.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if Pillars doesn't get touched to some sort of degree. It definitely feels way overtuned.
They could never understand.
But you never know.
Kill her, quickly!
Take me, Bodach. I am yours. Give me eternity.
This is how it happens. We must get out of here. Come on, hurry!
It's like they're giving this stuff.
Upgrades corruption enchantment. No jewel. Oh. Actually, it's not too much there, really. It's just one divine and a cultivation orb. Yeah, they got added, not even what I'd call mid-league. It was like one of the later patches.
Ancient power.
So we'll check that Shrine Scepter quickly. That sacrifice or bonded jewels is actually interesting. I could potentially gamble on... Am I using any at the moment? There's a few that I've got with resistances on them, which could be very interesting. So I know the upgrades are quite significant, and some of these jewels are pretty... got like two bad mods on them.
Speak.
I'll show you guys what I mean in a second.
Yes, these are our supplies.
Oh shit. +4 level of all spells. Alright. Crit damage bonus. Mana. Is there any way to get that mana off? Are there any essences for prefixes? Cast a weapon. No. Infusions, no. Max runic ward. Oh, doesn't hurt. Better than mana for this setup. Interesting. I may return back to this. If we could somehow get that mana off, that could potentially be an upgrade to this. Due to the horrible suffixes on this, but this has got very good prefixes, so... yeah, we'll have a look at that later. Oh shit. Where did that go? What's the quality on Malice do again? Use those in a second.
Welcome. This is what we have.
Oh. Ooh. Double crit damage bonus. Shit.
For now, we part.
It's a decent one. So I was talking about in terms of these. I've got a couple corrupted jewels here. I think I had a... I swear I had one with cold... yeah, there we go. Cold resistance as well. Yeah, see, lots of bad modifiers on these which could quite happily roll off and bump up the resistance. This one especially. This hit amount of life leech or flammability magnitude. Could open up some possibilities. Getting rid of one of these runes, maybe. What jewels do I currently have? Oh, they're all pretty good off memory. This one would be hard to replace. Totem, damage, speed, a bit more life from strength, armor. It's pretty good. Armor, damage, totem placement, speed. This sapphire is very good up there. The heart of the well isn't going anywhere. And again, damage, placement, speed, armor. Could take this fire rune off. Put a lightning in instead, and on the chest get the reduced curse duration again. Hey, Raptor. Sorry, just saw your message, mate. Yeah, good day. Podcast later this evening as well in a couple of hours. So looking forward to that. How are you doing, mate? People keep asking for the build, so I'll quickly generate a link to this. Going on the Path to Exile, Dead Rabbit, Kaltoraka, and Miso's podcast. They invited me on this week, so very much looking forward to that, especially considering I quite regularly tune into their podcast. So it's going to be quite interesting being on the other side of the camera for once. Hey, Shem. Welcome, mate. Okay, what was I doing? We want to import this build so I can share it with people, because a few people have been asking about this build. THC, we'll move that in. What are we doing? Spell totem, Grim Pillars, explosion. Is there any config really for this? Yeah, hit recently. Have you triggered a skill recently? Companion in presence, yep. Have you summoned a totem recently? Yes. Do you have a totem summoned? Yes. Intimidated isn't supported, I don't... Oh, here's the enemy intimidated, yep. I do have a setting for that. Cool. That should be roughly it. Oh, so for those that are interested, 40k EHP in the DPS weapon set, which we spend practically no time in, but even in this weapon set, we've got a max hit of over 12k for the Fizz, 14k for the Chaos. This is where the value of that armor applies to Chaos really comes in. And our Elemental max hit's pretty damn juicy. If we go over into the defensive weapon set where we spent the majority of our time, 90k EHP. 13k Fizz max hit, Elemental max hit, all above 20k. Oh, fire slightly below. Max Chaos hit 15k. Not bad. Came out a lot better than we expected when we first started it. We want to share, copy. There you all go. I'll save this actually. THC, Grim Pillar, Final. I don't see it changing too much from here. Actually, we're just about to get a little bit more armor as well. What do I want to throw these? I don't want to corrupt the helmet on the very rare off chance that I keep playing this build for longer and potentially get a Raven Shard. The shield only applies for the second weapon set. I'd prefer to put it either on the boots. Maybe one on the boots and one on the gloves. They're both guaranteed. Sweet, got the +2 on both. Nice. And very final decision going back to, do I want to replace that, use that fire jewel? Well, let's see actually. I've got nothing else to use them on. This one at least has armor and totem life. Well, never used one of these before, so I'm actually just, for the fun of it, if this can hit, pull off flammability or amount of life leech, we want to keep the totem life and we definitely want to keep the armor. Nice. Damn, man. 19 fire resistance on a jewel. Oh, that's tempting. Which one was it that we were thinking of pulling off? Probably not that. I think it was this one, wasn't it? No. Probably this one. Yeah. Let's do it. Man, could you imagine... Obviously, jewels are absolutely cracked in 0.5, but with these sacrifice, you could technically, if there was... You know, sapphires and caster builds typically have the 5 modded jewels, sapphires, but there is a world where you could have crazy setups solving all your resistances with shit like this, and an adorned. Just solve all your resistances on jewel, upgraded resistance and chance, and then have an adorn for the rare jewels furthermore. Could be pretty crazy. Could do some pretty crazy stuff. Oh shit, yeah, good call out, Herm. Skin of the Loyal. That would be cracked. Obviously, it's something that you would only be able to pull off on standard, but it would be probably very doable. What is it, like the cold resistance, I think stacking is the popular one with the ES? Just get a whole bunch of colder chance which are upgraded. So, what was it, about 15 to 20 roll range, then get it adorned with like 50+% to rare corrupted jewels. Man, you could, yeah, could do some crazy stuff. Okay, so that means I'm well over on the fire. Do I just go for the curse reduction? I do like the curse reduction. As much as I'm avoiding those modifiers. I think I still had one. Yeah. So this is a candidate. Are there any good augments for the helmet? Projectiles, chance to fork. Increase area of effect isn't too bad for us, actually. Area of effect for more, which is essentially a little bit more DPS in many respects for the Grim Pillar explosions. Or the more defensive option with the... I'd kind of like having this just in case. Which means we need to put a lightning into the helm. And if I'm right, that should still be balanced out. Yep, cool. I'll go with that for now. Let's go do some expedition, I think. Oh, we have a boss here. We missed doing a boss before. We still got some expedition, one more expedition here as well. And I do have some logbooks, so we'll quickly do this boss, tier 14. Let's do it with a white map. I have no idea what this boss even is. Don't need tablets for this. Does anyone know offhand whether you can use the boss sagas, like multiple ones per logbook, and like get a Medved Varana, Orof saga, and turn them all on, and then use the logbook and get all 3 bosses to spawn? Is this Uthrud or Oroth? Oh, Oroth, okay. Oh geez, this beam does do a bit of damage, doesn't it? See what you guys mean about Oroth doing some pretty respectable damage. Kind of went in there a little bit half-cocked and wasn't really paying attention. Then I'm like, oh shit, getting chunked a little bit. Hey, Prado, what's up, man? Don't think so, 70% confident. I guess we'll test it out. We'll find out in a moment. Dump that here, whatever. Lightning damage only, yeah, whatever. Oh geez, that's full, alright. So, expedition. We do have a couple of logbooks. We'll grab an Oroth saga, we'll grab an Uthrud saga, and we'll grab a Medved saga. We'll see what happens. Bleak, Fishy, Endless, they're all grand expeditions off memory. Whatever. How many bosses? Hey, 1, 2, 3 bosses. I guess it does work. It's a bit surprising. Consumed all 3, and there's 3 bosses. I'm guessing these are all the bosses. Secluded, Sprawling, Obscure. They're 3 different bosses, so... Shit. Looks like it may actually work. That'll make boss farming a lot quicker, assuming we don't rip. Yeah, actually pretty cool. That's very awesome. If boss farming is what you're targeting, which is what I'm exactly wanting to do, especially Oroth. Well, actually, we want Medved as well for a chance at, what is it? Varana's Siege, I think it's called. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at Grand Expeditions as well. Shit. Obviously, these are all just the standard. We're not using all orders yet. Now we got 6 Grand Expeditions and 3 bosses, so this will be a bit of fun. Do I have any irradiated tablets that I feel like throwing on? We have quite a few, actually. Effectiveness. Pack size experience. I'll grab that one. Rarity. Rarity and monster rarity. That's not the worst one in the world. Rarity. Let's throw some crafting at these. Oh, another experience. They're pretty bad. Effectiveness. We use these 3 for now. And we'll use these on travel maps. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Will not add runic modifier. This is the propagation of the runes, isn't it? So by selecting option 2, I'm effectively turning off the rune propagation, if I understand that correctly. Because I definitely can't handle juice grand expeditions just yet, I don't think. We may send it and just YOLO it a little bit later, but let's just get a few under our belt. I'm a bit starved on currency, so it wouldn't be bad farming some stuff. You know, just how Varisian Remnants add runic modifiers to future Remnants. So as they say here, the no change, the default behavior is it pulls one and propagates it. So by choosing option 2, we're turning that off. Am I understanding that correctly? And typically on standard, when you're juicing expeditions, you're always choosing 1 for the extra chance of getting another one because you're just trying to buff the... You're the man that should know these things, Prada. Nah, just kidding, mate. We know our shit about builds. We're not this mapping, juicing shenanigans. God, why is... What the hell's going on here? I can't... Oh, jeez, where is it? Where were we? There we go. Now I can run it. Oh, Rosie, did you just rip, mate? Cheers, Carl. Yeah, I assume that's how it works. How'd you rip, Rosie? Or Rousey. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that.
History left its mark.
Yeah, it doesn't have the highlight on any of the runes, so we can really select as many of these remnants as we want without risking stacking stuff. Actually, which means I'll actually grab the Varisian liquids for re-rolling shit. Yeah, 07, buddy. Well, I may be joining you pretty soon at a very similar level because that's the point I've got into this build. The build's pretty much as complete as it's going to get in THC, so now it's just a case of, I guess, stress testing it, for a lack of a better way of putting it. Having a bit of fun. I'm not too attached to builds. It's kind of, it's run its course, had our fun with it. Time to push the limits a little bit now. So he may join you. Although I'm not stacking remnants just yet, so expeditions shouldn't be too sketchy, but we'll see how we go. Hey, Amath. Oh, nice. I really hope in the future they move these weapon craft off of the 7 rune remnants, because no one uses these, do they? Like, you get all excited, you see a purple remnant, and then you see this, and it's like, as a caster, it's like... $89, $91, $82, $94. Damn, man, that's a pretty solid run. Yeah. Well, there you go. You use the word yourself. Yes, definitely a solid, good handful of runs. Yeah, too true, Congley. Rip doesn't mean anything. It just means another Infernalist. Oh, damn, that's a good rune to get. Skill gem 19. We might as well get the greater. Yeah, exactly. I do not see any builds, even melee builds, which use this. So, feels like a waste of a good remnant. Like, it gets you all excited and then it's just bait. Cheeky chance that like a mage blood or something like that will go for the belt roll. Oh, geez. Transcendent alloy. Oh. That's a very good one to get for the cast speed for Wand of Focus. That will definitely be beneficial to us if we can clear it. And we'll go for the perfect. Actually, always Gamba. Always Gamba. 5 random currency. Rare unique, always Gamba. Oh, another rare unique. Lots of gambling in this one. Little divine orb. Fluxes are always nice in THC. Alright, actually not the worst, considering this is just a standard expedition. We got 20 explosives as well, so we should actually... more experience as well, that'll be nice. Go up through here. Should be trying to get that, but fuck it. I'll grab the chest as well. Can we hit all 3 of these? No. Yeah, we'll do both remnants at the same time. What's the worst that can happen? It's not like it's hardcore, eh? Can we reach this last chest? No. Oh well. Yeah, Carl, I've been loving it. It's my first time. I'm normally playing standard, and I've absolutely loved this THC. It's been phenomenal. Yo, Numbling, how's it going, mate? We're stress testing the build today, mate. It's as complete as it's gonna get, so we're going into expedition and we're probably gonna push it until we rip. We've just used a logbook, used 3 boss sagas as well, so we got 3 bosses to do if we survive these. Currently not stacking runes, and we'll see, play it by ear, but may even just YOLO it and stack the runes a bit later. Glorious death, can't ask for. It'll be a lot nicer to rip pushing the build in a scenario like this than the way that the shield wall character died. Just randomly on a travel map to a corpse explosion, chaos damage. Yeah, expedition and stacking runes. I did so much expedition on standard. Shit can get sketchy very quickly, and unless, like, I could never be bothered, like, being too diligent checking which runes are getting propagated and being stacked, but there's some crazy combinations, so, you know, on standard you don't really care. The builds are so strong that you just full send it, but we'll see how we go. For all we know, we could just rip on this map, so... Well, so far these are feeling pretty comfortable. If anything, the only kind of upgrade that I could potentially use is a better Omen Scepter. I'll keep an eye out for those. I don't have presence, increased presence area of effect on this one, which makes spreading the malice a little bit clunky. Definitely noticing that the DPS is a lot nicer with the amulet that I got last night. Which I'll show you guys in a moment for those that aren't aware. Did a little bit of an upgrade. Not bad. God, can't see shit because of all the loot. What's going on? Turn that shit off. Oh, turn it back off. I really need to tighten up this loot filter. Holy moly. Oh god, is there anything else in here? Oh, fuck it. Yeah, I know, the loot filter is horrible. I'm just gonna turn off loot drops while I'm killing shit. Oh, two remnants at the same time. Let's see how this goes. Well, they're pretty small ones off memory. Whoop. That hit a little bit hard. What the hell are those gloves? Oh shit! What the hell was that? Alright, inventory full already. No. Oh well, we'll leave the rest of that stuff. Yeah, a lot of people are playing Westy Wests, Shield Wall, Martial Artists. A lot of people are playing the Varashta, obviously. They're probably the two main builds that I've seen a lot of people playing. Whoop. Mayday, mayday. We can't pick up the Divine. Inventory full. What the hell? Where did they come from? Spawned right on top of our head. Oh, another divine. Alright, let's see if we can get rid of something here. Yeah, that's not great. +3 to fire is not bad, but not great. We'll get rid of that. God, this loot filter is horrible. Yeah, whatever. That'll do. Damn, man, we got a lot of XP from that as well. Shit. Wasn't all you had a feeling may as well not have. That was like 35% XP, I think. Wasn't I somewhere around here in the middle? It's a big chunk of XP. Holy shit. Well, the funny thing with the loot filter is I'd have to spend a fair amount of time in filter play. Because of THC, you're so currency starved. There's actually quite a lot of things you want to be picking up. At least at this stage where, like, you can see I've been just burning through all my crafting currency and stuff. Just can't be bothered spending the time in filter blade at the moment.
Speak quickly.
Anything in here? No. Killjoy. Oh.
Gold
No.
is useless to me.
Promising. No. No.
As expected. Indeed.
Don't want that. Temporal chains, don't want to deal with that shit. It's not bad, not bad, not bad. Temporal chains, get rid of that. They're all okay-ish. Oh, we got a couple of boss fights as well.
Go on.
How can I
Not really fun, what I want.
Quickly. That may be the time is of the essence.
Jeez, phone's going off every couple of seconds. What's going on here? I have no idea what map name corresponds to what boss, so we'll see. Bit of a mystery. This is Olroth, I think, isn't it? The circular platform. Yep, we got Olroth again. Alright. There's a few big hits last time we did him. Oh. Why does that beam not despawn when he's dead? Missed again. Really want the life flask from Oroth. That's the main thing we're chasing from him. I think we've... G'day Atomic, by the way, mate. I think we discovered yesterday when we were talking about the spider boss that I don't think he drops anything that's actually worth our time. We may try him though, just for a bit of fun. Okay, no idea what this boss this is. Thank you for that mental image, math. Exactly what I wanted, mate. As you can see, it's bloody cold here. Well, not really cold, but it's definitely not warm. Medved, I think. Yes. So people are saying that Verana Siege drops from this guy. Nope. Next. Hey Hank, just saw the YouTube comment, mate. Lost my 96 hardcore with Mage Blood yesterday. Oof. 07, buddy. Throw it to a random in standard. Well, it's at least a nice thing. You don't lose it completely. It does get migrated. Need to do Act 4 today in camp. I've done it too many times now to see. Do you remember the name of the item, Atomic?
Speak.
Oh, is it the amulet? Even tide petals, yeah. The thing is, that is only really good if you manage to get the +2, well, plus the cold spells, Runeforge onto it. It's pretty underwhelming without that, to be honest. Next expedition. Right onto those two. What's emergent possibility? You have me intrigued. Per rune setting equipped items. It's not too bad. Oh shit, this is pretty good. That would be really nice. Maybe. We're kind of just YOLOing it today, so we may just do it. See what the Uber version is like. Oh, another plus levels rune. Fuck yeah. That was a nice reroll. Yeah, I'd imagine it would be rare as the ancient augments are very, very rare. Unique jewelry. Gamba. Oh, 3 divines. Divine. Got heaps of all of these already. What was that? Yeah. We do need gem cutters. Oh, pardon me. Actually wouldn't mind a couple of these just in case. Still need to check that one. Chaos orbs, we'll take that. Jewelry. And we probably won't reach this last one. I can't even bother re-rolling it, it's a bit far away. Likewise with that. Oh, so close. In that case, we'll do... No, can't reach that either. Unfortunate. Oh, did I actually hit it? Oh, what was this one down here? Why not? No, it doesn't like that. Can it come through here? Oh god, come on. Fuck it. May as well pick up these chests in here. This is not the most efficient placement, but I can't be asked spending an abundant amount of time doing this perfectly. Oh jeez, oh, fuck it. That'll do. +1 life per 8 armor and helm. Yeah, that's decent. Cheers, Atomic. Have a good one, mate. I don't mind the little kind of mini game of choosing to place things, but in my opinion, what needs to happen is almost like a temple-like interface which comes up. Like you click on the detonator and a little UI comes up, which is almost like a mini map. And you can mouse over all the remnants and you can do all the bomb placement just from the start rather than running around like an idiot. It would be nice to just have this kind of compact little mini map. You kind of click, 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 I'll do that. And then you click start and off you go. Like this kind of running around the map is just annoying. That's right, I wanted to show everyone. This is the amulet I was talking about earlier that we've upgraded. Really happy with that. Armor, spirit, T1 max life, cast speed, +2 to levels, and strength, which is effectively life as well. Works really well for this build. Had to do a little bit of shenanigans to get the resistances balanced out, but I think it was definitely worth it. Omen Scepter, we did want those. It's a bit of a tight spot. We'll go over here. Hold on. What's going on in chat? You're just adding layers on top of this mental image, aren't you, Math? Just layering it on. Oh, another Omen Scepter. Exceptional Gemini bow. Is that a thing? Oh. That Omen Scepter is definitely a thing. Could have found our Omen Scepter upgrade if we survive this expedition. Yeah, you too, Atomic. Thanks for popping in, mate. Have a good one as well. I didn't even realise got a level up. Handy. Oh, whoops. Went up this way first, didn't I? I guess that's worth a cheeky craft. Oh, divine. So let's have a quick idea of this. Is this anything? Oh, snap. That's good, isn't it? T1, T1 with an open prefix. That's something, isn't it? It's been a long time since I've played ES, but that's what you want, isn't it? Just full T1 prefixes for ES. Like if that got the plus T1 plus armor, plus ES, that would be massive, wouldn't it? Are Gemini bows something that people use? Oh, ES hybrid. Oh, yeah, makes sense. Still hold on to that. To tell if ping spikes are happening because of servers or your own internet. Beyond just the basic stuff of just trial and error, no. Yeah, pinging your own router. It's an option. I won't claim to know the best way though. Chat GPT. Anyone in chat need a bow base? Level 81. I'm definitely not going to be doing a bow build, so if someone needs this, let me know. Any bow players, bow chads? In the meantime, I got excited about this. Oh, mana, damn. Only that spirit. Essence. Hopefully this hits the intelligence and not the strength. Nice. And I really need the spirit roll. Prefix. We'll use an ancient. Try and get it. Yep. Fuck it. Really want the T1 spirit. This could have been a big waste of currency, but it's pretty much the only item left that I have to upgrade. Basically want something like this. A lot of spirit. The intelligence. And what I'm missing is that presence area effect. Well, that's a brick. Ancient Jawbow Echo and doesn't even at least get a hybrid roll. YOLO. Ooh. Take two? Who needs Omens of Light, eh? Really shouldn't be using ancient currency on this, but I'm just full sending it at this point. I'm not after minions. I'm after T1 Spirit on the prefix. This is purely a debuff item for me. I just want the presence area of effect to increase the radius at which I can apply Malice, and intelligence is just so I can run my bare minimum level blasphemy with Enfeeble and Frost Bomb. And then the spirit, I need the spirit to run the supportive stuff. No minion players here. God, come on. Is this gonna... There we go. Well, that's at least something. I don't know if that's high enough, though. Oh, really need 50. I could throw some divines to get to the 50, I guess. Actually, I needed 160, didn't I? Shit. Well, maybe get exalts. 50 out of 40,000. Shit, okay, I wasn't aware of that. That's a super low weighting. Where is it? Oh, holy, okay. So we got the T4. Oh, damn, these... Wow. Okay. Sheesh. I know this one's... Actually, the weighting is that. Well, maybe we get super lucky and Exalt Slam the hybrid on top as well. No, missed. Oh, can I get away with a little bit less spirit? How much do I need? I do really like the vitality. I do like herbalism. I guess we could get away with not having herbalism. That's 60 for the blasphemy. Don't really need the remnants technically either. Remnants is nice though. It's Remnants is what? 200 life essentially with the overflow. While in weapon set 2. Although that does drop off when our weapon swap. So maybe we just get rid of that. We'll first quickly do this. Where's the intelligence one? So we still need to stay above 150. That definitely goes in. 15 left over. What's Vitality 1, by the way? $20. Can obviously disable that. That'll give me 40 more. Herbalism's quite nice just for having stronger life flasks. 46. 50. Could divine this up to 50 spirit. $49, $46, $48, $48, $46. Oh, look at all the divines burned. There we go, 50. Oh, jeez. Yeah, so we'll turn this off. Put this away. And now we've got a clean 50, so we can put Vitality 1 on the Blasphemy, and we can still use this. That should balance out 150, 150. That'll do. Not going to overthink it beyond that. At least we now have a bigger area of effect on the presence. That's a lot nicer for applying the critical weakness. Cool, and we had a level up as well. Wow. Okay. What can we do with this? We'll just get some life. Again, don't want to overthink it. Oh, pardon me. Oh, big 8-banger straight off the bat. Ooh. Why not? Not that I'm going to be doing any big crafting, but having one of those handy just in case doesn't hurt. No, not worth it. Especially since it's isolated. Quickly check this one down here as well. Another 8-banger. Verona's berserking. Probably not going to be playing melee builds from now on, so the perfects would be nice. So we'll start there. Move our way through here. No, nothing. Jeez, they're all so spread out on this map. Nothing. No, nothing really. Jeez, it may just be these two remnants and that's it. Pick up a couple of chests. Everything's way too spread out. Probably won't reach these ones. We grab that. Move up here. Maybe... oh, get to this one as well. Oh god, this Breath of the Outdoor crap. Oh, Sovereign. That's nice. Alright, so we'll just loop through here. God, picky as fuck, isn't it? Can I get both? Yes. Yeah, we'll get this chest as well, why not?
Let's see what this little spark unleashes.
Pillars firing. These bubbles are a bit annoying with Grim Pillars. A bit awkward trying to stand inside them so that the mobs take damage. Oh, where's this guy's mates that he's not taking damage? All the way up here, alright, fantastic. Jeez, how many waves does this Remnant have? Just keeps going and going and going. There we go. Quick scan, emerald, grab that. Didn't need that. I need to make sure I place these totems on the outside of all the density, otherwise they pretty much just instantly die. Ruby, take that.
Greeting. What do you think? I'll find a use for it. For now, we part.
Might as well slam this, see if anything comes of it. No. Matthew, you son of a bitch. Just when I thought I got the image out of my head, you just have to remind me. You just have to remind me.
How are you? Keep your chisel sharp.
Didn't have any bosses back here, did we? No. So 3 more grand expeditions and a boss.
History left its mark.
Oh, masterwork, yes. Unfortunate. Yeah, we're a detour back there. No, we kind of do need to check. There's quite a few. We'll check this one out the way. Not too far out the way anyway. Luck's always worth picking up. Oh god. Really need to get rid of all of these. Not rid of them, but just lower remnant tier. Geez, getting a lot of these +1 levels. Is that the saga? No. Still 3 greater, so we'll make our way up to there. Is this anything worth getting on the way through? Is this the Grim Pillars by chance? I think it is. No. Or is it? No, I think it's this one. Oh, irrespective, we'll probably pass through that as well. Oh, geez, big explosion radius. Oh, may as well do this one then as well. Ah, reroll it. Hold on one sec. Bridge was beeping at me for some reason. No, I've got a bit of a surplus. It's fine math, thanks. They're pretty easy to get. You just look for the expeditions in the travel maps and make sure you pop the flags, and you're pretty much... It's very easy to self-sustain. I really should pick up this, shouldn't I? Is this a remnant down here? Oh yeah, it is a remnant. Oops. Oh, that tickled. Jeez, this Remnant must have had some funky rune combination. Oh! Oh! Am I stunned? Yep. Okay. Omen of Resurgence for the win. That's probably the closest call we've had so far. I think I was a little bit too long on the active block and I got knocked down. Anyone get a clip of that? Wouldn't mind watching that over again. Pretty sure I got knocked down through active block. Oh god, again, too much loot on screen. I don't suppose you're around. You're always great with the clips. If I can trouble you to get a clip of that close call. Nice little lesson to be wary of this stun build up when I'm holding down active block. Oh, why am I running into all that? Geez, these remnants are getting pretty crazy. Two in a row with some crazy combinations. Oh, this is an ally. Oh jeez, oh jeez. What's going on with this remnant? Holy moly. It's just spewing out rare monsters. Oh, look at all this. Look at all this. It's all the ally ones as well. I need to find all their buddies so I can actually kill them. Where are they? It's probably this wasp and this guy up here. Still not done? More wasps? Alright. Hey, Legend Math, thank you very much. If I manage to survive this, I'll have a look at it. God, these guys where you need to find their buddies is annoying. Didn't they say in 0.55 they're going to change the oath rune so you don't get these immortal monsters anymore? That wasn't even like, that's a 6 rune remnant and it's just cracked. Oh god, apologies for the loot filter. They're not giving me any rest. Hold on. I need a visit to town so I can pick some of this stuff up.
Yeah. Speak quickly. Gold is useless to me. Take it. Go.
Welcome. What do you think? Good fortune.
Jesus, dump tab's almost full.
History left its mark.
What's
Time
worth
to
picking
leave
up here?
mine.
No idea what that is. Got the Requiem key, why not? Dueling one, why not? Shrine Scepter, why not? That'll do. We'll have a look at that clip. If we get through this unscathed. Yeah. Man, what are these remnants this map? Holy shit. Crazy remnant after crazy remnant. Legend, guys. I'll check both of them afterwards. Thank you very much for that. Although the way these remnants are going, who knows how long I'm going to survive. We may have another clip. Like, what is it? What is all this? What's all this? I'm not even stacking runes. What the fuck is this? What is going on? No backing out, Cypher. Full send today. Another wave? Oh my god. There must have been like a life, death, and oath rune on this thing. Bloody hell. Every wave spawning like 6-7 rares. And I'm definitely seeing some of these rare spawn allies, so whatever rune that is, that's happening as well. I'm almost certain I can't remember if it was in a dev interview or not, but they said they're going to do something about the oath rune. What? Is it boss? What the fuck is going on with this map? Alright, hold on. I need to lose some of this shit. Oh god, quick scan. Is there anything here? Is there anything here? There is lots of stuff here, but... Oh,
Aye, a little trinket.
fuck it. Getting some respectable XP out of all of this, at least. Oh my god, did we make it? Did we make it? We're alive. Probably left a whole bunch of stuff on the ground, but eh. Alright, let's have a look at the clip that Math got first. I think I was a little bit too long on
That was
the
after
active.
the fact.
Yeah, that looked like it was too late. Hang on. Jesus, Remnant must have had some funky rune combination. Oh,
Oh, geez,
Oh.
that dipped pretty
Mate.
quick, didn't it?
rune combination. Oh,
Oof. That was very quick.
yeah, that looked like it was a massive spike. It really does look like the Omen saved me there. Actually, that's already popped. Rune combination. Yeah, it's like poof. It's all that explosions. And you can't see it because of my camera, but I'm pretty sure I get knocked down as well. So my Omen's already gone and I'm still getting chunked. I'm just spamming my life flask at this point. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think without the Omen, I probably would have ripped there. Let's have a look how quickly this goes again. Like, rune combination. Bang, yeah. In one-time speed, it looks a lot. Paints the picture a little bit better, doesn't it? Rune combination. Oh, there's. Jeez, okay. Fun.
Yes, this is all we have.
Thank you for getting that clip, mate.
Gold is useless to me. Take it.
Yeah, Omen definitely saved me there. I'll throw that in here as well. Alright, be right back. Just very quick toilet break. Hey, thank you for the raid, Val. Yeah, I was here a moment ago. Sorry. Perfect timing for popping out. How'd your stream go, mate? How you doing? And I'm assuming you're playing in THC as well. One thing we'll quickly do. I need to get in the habit of doing these things. Let's give a shout out to Valeria, if I'm pronouncing that right. That'll be a nice milestone getting affiliate. Everyone, give a follow to Valeria. Help her get her over the line for that affiliate target. What build are you playing? Yeah, a lot of people are kind of commenting on having the same experiences, and I'm going through the same process as well. Pretty much play a build for a couple of days, kind of gets to a semi-complete stage. You know, there's only so much you can do on THC in terms of completing a build. And then just kind of moving on. That's what we're doing right now, just sending it on expedition until we rip pretty much, because I'm pretty much done with this build as well. Twisters is obviously very strong, so that's a good choice. Well, there's that as well. Chronomancy modifiers. Or do I get the perfect... Oh, perfect transmutes are going to probably be more useful to me. Yeah, THC as well. THC. Got the first character to 92, I think, and we're up to 94 at the moment on this one. Been surprisingly stronger than I expected on this setup. Actually, I'll grab the Chronomancy. No, but on the topic of affiliate, you chose a perfect time to start streaming. I started streaming for THC as well, just 2 weeks ago, and the community, I honestly can't speak highly enough of the community as a whole. For the guys that rock up every single day here, I pretty much hit my affiliate target, I think, within my very first 4 streams. Community is just so super supportive, so I'll keep an eye out for you as well. If you stream at, it seems, similar-ish times, if you're ever on and streaming and I wrap up, I'll pass you on a raid as well, try and help you out. What have we got here? Oh God, these Breath of Aldors are absolutely horrible. Grab one of those. Syntropy, hey Funky, is armor necessary when playing with Ward and Infernal Flame, or is it better to build pure Ward while using Infernal Flame? So, my response to that would be, depending on your experience level in the game and how much you play, which translates to how much currency you get, if you don't play too much and you don't have access to too much currency, assuming you're playing on standard, the better option would be to go pure Ward and the Chaos Inoculation setup, which is quite popular, which I dare say is probably more popular than my build, because when you run CI, you have 1 life, you've got no ES, and you're just pure Ward, which means that your Pyro Pact does literally no damage to you because it's scaled off your ES and life, which is both 1, which means you take no damage. It's much easier to build around. It is ultimately a weaker setup though. The armor setup is a lot harder to get up and running, more expensive, but stronger at the top end because you can run low life with its series communion. Armor in general is just much better mitigation and a defensive layer, but yes, it's harder to set up. So hopefully that answers your question. No, missed. Yeah, I think it's, and it probably, Valeria, goes beyond just THC. I have a feeling it's just the... Oh, geez. I'll grab the perfect. It goes beyond just THC. I think it's the hardcore community in general. I've said it on stream a couple of times. If I wasn't a build creator and I, you know, if I didn't get the majority of my enjoyment out of the game doing builds, I could definitely see myself becoming a hardcore player, but unfortunately for league starts and doing the majority of my content and getting the most of my enjoyment from build creation, standard is pretty much the way to go because you just need access to the gear pretty much, and it's just too hard on hardcore. Or you're doing experimenting with builds. You can't really... You know, I'm kind of doing it at the moment on THC and getting away with it, but it's a lot riskier, obviously, experimenting with things on hardcore and risking a rip. Best com ever. Well, I don't have any background music, Prada, so I need to sit here and yap and try and explain things. Gamba on the belt. Although I doubt we're going to have enough explosives to get all the way up here. And we'll see about that. Still probably need to do a build guide video for YouTube on this build. Probably warrants one. I'll redo the PoE Ninja link. I think I did it earlier. Hopefully I still got it in my chat. I think it's expired. Hold on. Did I still have... No, geez, did I close it down? Yeah, Blazers offered as well. I just need to find a bit of downtime to do it all. Thank you for the offer, Prada. If Blazers are on, I'll hit you up. Because I would like to set that up, but I just need to find an off day when I'm not streaming. At the moment, I'm kind of having a bit too much fun playing, so I'm just prioritizing that. I think this is it. Grim Pillars. Generate, share, copy. For those that are interested. Yeah, legend, mate. Appreciate it. This was a nothing burger remnant, wasn't it? Gem cutters, not too bad. How many explosives do I have? I really been yapping away too much, and I have no idea where the good remnants were now. Oh god. Alright. Let's just wing this. We'll go here. Screw it, we'll go down here, we'll go around. Probably not the most efficient route. Is this Fallen Knight? I think it probably is. Grab that. God, I think I may backtrack this. I think this is a horrible route that I've taken. Yeah, no, this doesn't feel good. Everything's around here. We will grab that though. Yep. I've probably missed something good, but I cannot be bothered running around this whole map again, double checking what I have forgotten. So that's gonna have to be it. Whatever. Serious community with Brass Dome, and I've got about 80. So, one thing to be very mindful of, and this applies to anyone who wants to play around with armor, be wary that this percentage value that it tells you, and the percentages down here, do not paint the full picture by any stretch of the imagination. So, it is... To put it simply, it's kind of like an average. So if you take a... Well, at least that's how I believe it's calculated. It's kind of like a... If you take an average amount of damage, like a medium, that's kind of the mitigation you can expect. The problem with armor, however, is the mitigation curve is not linear. In more layman terms, what that means is the bigger the damage a singular hit does to you, the more exponential or larger amount of armor you need relative to that. So let's say these aren't correct figures, but just to keep the math simple, let's say 1,000 armor mitigated 100 damage by 90%. If you now took 1,000 damage rather than 100, that 1,000 armor isn't also going to mitigate 90% of that. You're going to need a much larger amount, not just 10 times more. So that's 10 times more damage. So let's say if you had 10,000 armor, that also won't mitigate 90% of that. It's like a exponential curve for those that understand what that means. To put it even simpler, bigger hit, much more armor. So that value you see in the character stats sheet doesn't paint the full picture. It just represents the mitigation you're more often than not going to receive from the majority or the average amount of damage present in the game. However, if you've been playing this game for any period of time, you'll probably know that. And if you've been playing in THC, especially, and been watching like RIP or death clips, as they're called, the majority of deaths in the game happen from big spikes in damage, unexpected, kind of very quick. You take a big hit, like a critical damage hit or something like that, and it just kills you like practically instantly in one shot, 1 or 2 shots, like quicker than you can react. Smaller damage, you know, sustain in the game's pretty easy to manage. Your life last in and of itself will typically be able to sustain you. That's not a problem. It's those singular big hits of damage which will typically kill you. So typically the goal with armor is you need a lot, because what you want to do is have enough to actually mitigate those big hits as well. So simply reaching, it's a very long-winded way of explaining. Be careful with just building around that value you see in your character stat sheet. You typically want a lot more than that. If I was to give you any advice as a rule of thumb, or as just a very rough ballpark, anything less than base or a starting point of probably about 25,000 armor is where you want in the end game. Like T15, somewhat juice maps. Anything less than 25k armor, you're really going to struggle. You'll probably feel okay for, most of the content maybe, but you're probably still going to die to any big singular shots. So if you very quickly see here, this is where it gets a little bit even crazier when it comes to armor. You know, I've said all that, yet now you kind of look at this and, this is my DPS weapon set. I've got, only 11k. Well, chicken, that's a shitload less than what you talked about. I spend most of my time in this weapon set too, so that's getting closer to that ballpark that I talked about. But this is where things get interesting. One way to make your armor a tremendous amount more effective, as we talked about, it's the big hits which are troublesome. So the bigger the hit, much more armor you need. So one of the most effective ways or simplest ways of making your armor much more effective is to reduce the maximum hit that you can take. What that does is it quite drastically brings down the amount of armor you need to get to a comfortable level of mitigation. And the way you do bring down those max hits amounts, one popular way is things such as damage conversions, which is what makes the Cloak of Flame. I believe there was a content creator who really pushed this quite heavily back in 0.3 called, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, Carnivarius or something along that lines. He was a big advocate and he's a big armor build content creator. Carnarius, yeah. He's a Chad when it comes to armor builds. A lot of great nuggets of information there. And basically what the damage conversion is, say you have this much damage which you take, which means you need this much armor to mitigate it. So this chest piece, for example, converts 50% of your physical damage to fire damage. What that does is it essentially takes this chunk of damage and cuts it in half and separates it into two much smaller bits of max hit damage, which means it brings down the amount of armor you need tremendously. Then on top of that, you got things like, this is one of the reasons I love the Infernalist as a armor stacking ascendancy. And I would probably strongly argue that at the very top end, the Infernalist is probably the best armor stacking ascendancy in the game, which is ironic considering it's a witch class, is because of this altered flesh ascendancy, which doesn't get a lot of noise or talk about it, but it has these damage conversions on it as well. And one of those is the 20% physical damage to chaos. So, for instance, in this setup, this is a very basic setup, but we've got 50% being converted from the Cloak of Flame and 20% converted by the Altered Flesh. So we're basically taking this massive, say, hypothetical massive amount of physical damage and dividing it up into three much, much smaller chunks. You know, really, this build is, in its current setup, is only taking a maximum of 30% of any physical damage hit. And then a popular combination you use along with that is, since we're converting away the majority of our physical damage, most of our damage is being sustained through elemental or chaos damage. So you then use the Gore Girdle, which has the downside of capping your physical damage reduction to 50%, but we're taking so little physical damage. And then it doubles your armor for everything else with this defends with 200% of armor. You know, that's a massive multiplier on your armor. It's doubling your armor. And then you stack a whole bunch of these kind of armor applies to elemental or armor applies to chaos elsewhere. And you can see here really where my armor is coming from is these other sources. Armor applies to fire, armor applies to cold, which is well over that kind of ballpark of 25k, which I was saying. And furthermore, this is just base values. This isn't factoring the double effect of Gore Girdle. So what I really have is almost 100,000 armor applying to fire, 100,000 almost applying to cold, not about 85k to lightning, and about 20k to chaos, which isn't too bad, but you know, you almost never get any mitigation to chaos through armor irrespectively. So this is still quite a lot. And that just results in, like, if I've still got, do I have Path of Building? You can see here in this second weapon set, I've got an effective hit pool of 90k, and I can take massive hits in all these different damage sources, you know. And that's where that comment. I could talk about this all day. I probably waffled on it enough. Let's get into some gameplay, but hopefully bits and pieces of that made sense. So you can see I like talking about tech. Someone mentioned the character sheet armor percentage, and all of a sudden I go on a half an hour rant about armor scaling. But typically, if you're building around armor, the conversions aren't the only way. There's other ways. You know, Brass Dome is amazing for stacking armor. You almost always want to get at least 100% armor applies to chaos through various sources. Very highly recommend in Act 4 when you get the reward from the shark fin to always take the 15% armor applies to elemental, because that's a much rarer stat than just getting the percentage increase to armor. Pretty much all your armor slots can roll armor to elemental, pretty high values as well. I think T1 goes as high as 43%. And then there's quite a few decent nodes on the passive tree as well, in the kind of strength bottom left area of the passive tree. Gee, some of these remnants are getting juicy. I dare say if I did turn on the rune transferal, it would probably rip very quickly. But we may get to that point where we just send it. You can also get, oh yeah, Thank you very much, Prada. So yes, okay, so apologies, I'll waffle on a little bit more. So other ways to reduce your max hit. Loyalty with Companion, I'm pretty sure gets calculated as damage taken, so it's done after the armor conversion. So just people know. So for instance, Infernalist can summon a companion through the Hellhound. You can do this through Wolf Pack and things like that, but you use Loyalty, which damage from hits is taken. Basically, 10% of your damage taken is applied to your companion before you can then use Last Gasp so the companions don't die too quickly. So that's another source. But I believe that's calculated after the armor conversion. Sorry, after the armor mitigation. So it won't make your armor more effective, but it's still good. I'm almost 100% certain things like Enfeeble, which reduces damage dealt. So cursed targets deal less damage. I believe that is calculated before the armor mitigation, so that can reduce your max hit. There's things like Intimidate. I believe this also is done before the armor, so reduce damage dealt. So that also can make your armor more effective. I believe the Rite of Passages, I think is what Boar and Ox or something like that also potentially do. So there's other sources also of reducing it. But yeah, thank you for calling that out, Prada. So one setup which I've been running on the Infernalist during this THC, which is very, very strong in the campaign in terms of armor stacking. So armor in general is very good in the campaign, but then on the Infernalist also, you can take the Infernal Hound as your first Ascendancy option, get that 10% which Prada mentioned through Loyalty. You can also, for your first 60 Spirit, then also get Blasphemy and Enfeeble. So you're essentially running around at about the end of Act 3 with Enfeeble on Blasphemy, Loyalty on your companion, and stacking armor. And then if you get some chaos resistance, you can then potentially even get Altered Flesh for your second Ascendancy, and you're making your armor ridiculously strong very quickly on the Infernalist. Do you know what your max hit is? Yes. Physical, 13.5. Fire, close to 20. Cold, over 20. Lightning, over 20. Chaos, over 15. Geez, that would be crazy with Brutus Bane, because then it's, yeah, just guaranteed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've fixed it since. I can't remember when, but well, much like yourself, don't quote me on this either, everyone else, but I do believe they have fixed the Brutus Bane interaction. That said, a good substitute, not substitute, but what a good one to get is this lineage support, because it makes your minions, sorry, not minions, I should be using the correct term. It makes your companion last 20 seconds after death, which is a massive amount of time. And this I have tested. This definitely does work, which is just a standard last gasp support. While your companion is under this effect, the 10% damage reduction is still applied to them. I have tested that, so that does definitely still work. Yeah, it was around that time. I remember how busted a lot of people were talking about that Brutus Brain interaction. Although people have been telling me, Prada, I'm not sure you're aware, with the Sylvan whatever scepter, which allows you to have multiple companions, apparently not apparently, I think this has been pretty much confirmed, based on what some of the guys in chat have been telling me, and I believe it's quite well known around the hardcore community, is you use that scepter, you stack a whole bunch of companions, and every single loyalty per different companion, that 10% damage reduction actually stacks. So there's people running around with apparently like 8 or 9 different companions and getting 80-90% damage reduction towards their companions, which is just disgusting. Yeah, this our Hermat's 1 million HP, exactly. Yeah, and exactly, you can use that tech, that weapon set tech to, yeah, just get that shit, like, permanently and shit like that. It's out there, Herm. It's out there. Like, I was actually thinking on this build, getting that scepter is really difficult on THC, but I could use it in this second weapon set. Obviously, I'll lose the Malice, which would be a little bit of a DPS hit. But I could use that scepter in this weapon set and also have the Hellhound. So that's 2 companions, because the scepter itself comes with the Asmerian Wolf. And then, like, even just something simple as getting the Wolf Pack and have 30% damage reduction just very basically slapped onto this setup with very little effort. Man, what was it? Was it... I think it was 0.3 during the whole Tech Rods and Wrath Pit kind of era. And the haste companions being super popular. The one in... I think it was somewhere in the interludes. Shit, man, as well. Like, you say agonizing, I can relate to that. I remember spending like 4 or 5 hours trying to get the exact set of mods on the companion as well. It's fucking brutal. Need to go back to town, getting so much shit. Yeah, Frozen Mandible, that's the one. Yeah, I remember spending hours trying to get different Frozen Mandible bloody modifiers. God, that shit was annoying.
Go on. This is all we have. As expected.
Okay, so this is a good base, isn't it? This now has the hybrid. Hold on to that. I don't want to be crafting right now, but that's the second decent Vile Robe we found. Not that I'm playing ES, but may craft them up and give them away to the ES Chaz, of which there are plenty on THC.
Welcome. This is what we have.
Essence farmed. And they have a percentage of even being in the essence. God, that would be horrible. So you're just sitting all day, just respawning from checkpoint. God damn.
History left its mark. Time to leave.
It's such a min-maxer thing to do, isn't it? Like, that's the point we get to our build creation. We sit there doing agonizing stuff like just respawning from checkpoints just to get the exact rare mob modifier for a build that we need. Man, the amount of currency you get from these. I swear, if Expedition remains unchanged in 0.55, I'm beelining for this shit immediately on League Start. It's the amount of raw currency you get. Even, like, earlier I was just uncovering chests, and even just doing that, you sometimes get 2-3 divs per Grand Expedition for practically no risk. It's disgusting. If K-Whip was like, could test target this and shit. Yeah, that's next level. I get it though, man. I get it. Pretty good haul. Yeah, it's. I'm glad you mentioned that, Prada. I've had the exact same experience. What was it? I was theory crafting a resonating shield setup, and I remember discovering a similar thing that basically not all skills are equal when it comes to area of effect. That's something that people should be aware of. The percentage value is super deceptive. There's like internal scaling based on the ability. I don't know if it's exactly per ability, but I do know for a fact that attack skills scale a shitload less than spells. That's a fact. I'm sure, correct me if I'm wrong here, Prada, in your own discovery. But I remember, like, I stacked, I think it was 300 odd percent area of effect on Resonating Shield, and it barely increased the actual in-game radius. I don't think it even got more than double. It was just not worth the investment. It was horrible. It was very quickly bailed on that idea.
These are our supplies.
No, that's trash.
To me. Take it. Of course.
I'd imagine the Lich would potentially have a little bit more success with it, but it's almost not worth it at that point, even on the Lich, hey? I'd imagine the amount of investment you need to make it feel good. Yeah. Crazy. Oh. Okay, we've hit the presence area of effect again. Although I think I've used all my ancient jawbones. But let's YOLO craft this as well. What is it? Hope to hit intelligence. Nice. And now we hope for... we need at least 150 spirit. Whiff. Whiff. This isn't looking promising. Oh, last jawbone. Actually, why did I invest currency after that last prefix slam? Literally cannot be... oh, unless I get some miraculous T1 spirit roll here. This isn't even going to be an upgrade. Yeah, exactly, Prada. That's been my experience with those similar sort of setups as well. The investment just doesn't justify it. Misconception 0.1 about it, because heralds would kill so fast with such large AoE. If you had Hulo say it would outrun you and kill the mob, you would have teleport. I do remember that, actually. Yeah, those are interesting times. Wasn't there a similar thing with Flicker Strike or something like that? Or is that what you... no, because you're doing the Culling Strike at the moment, aren't you? I do vaguely remember there was something similar with Flicker Strike as well. Could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. You're Culling and Flicker. Okay, yeah, that's next level. Actually, we'll do the Grand Expedition first. Shield ground, crit, whatever, send it. I am drinking coffee at almost 11 PM because of the podcast at 2 AM my time. Need more liquids.
How are you faring? All the best.
I have to admit, my knowledge of
Its mark.
attack
Time to leave.
and melee type builds is a lot less than it probably should be. Pretty much the only thing I've ventured away from this area of the tree is my recent explorations into shield wall and stuff like that and armor stacking. That's been my kind of baby steps away from caster setups. How is the single target in this build? We've got a boss coming up next, so you'll be able to have a look. It's not too bad. Nowhere near what, if you've been following my builds, and the shield wall build, which was just disgusting single target. Or is this Grim Pillars? Please tell me it is. Don't think it is. But it's not bad, considering how heavily this build I've invested into defenses. It's still got pretty decent single target as well. Grim Pillars is just very, very overtuned, so it's just inherently good. Reroll. I'm just gonna reroll shit. Tribal. Oh, yep. I've heard of this one. That's in particularly very good and prevalent in the Whirling Assault builds, isn't it? Off memory, but I'd imagine it's just good for a lot of stuff. Well, any strike ability. Engineered Blaze. Yeah, this one I obviously know as an Infernalist. Any Infernalist player worth his salt should know about this because of... God, it's hovering over a remnant in the background. Bringer of Flame synergizes extremely well with Engineered Blaze, if people are interested. Yeah, massive. Like, you can just combine this. Like, I'd imagine you've done this because you've been playing around with the Infernalist a lot. This node... these three nodes here are very high value, although sometimes pathing to them can be a bit clunky. But then with like Nebulock setups, you can also get things like these two. So you can get like this whole cluster, Engineered, Blaze, and these three, and just have a shit ton of area of effect for practically very little investment. Like the crit hit downside means nothing on a Nebulock build. And the accuracy rating really doesn't mean anything either. So you have, what, 36 plus the travel nodes here, 40 whatever percent through there, plus some on the travel nodes, and 23 plus the travel nodes here. It's like a shit ton. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Not all passive tree nodes are equal, ladies and gentlemen. One thing also... What's the roll on the Heart of the Well? I have to admit, off the top of my head, I can't remember. Is it like 15 or 20%? Oh, you mean in terms of just potentially getting a source of fire damage for the ignite? Yeah. It's crazy how you can... Mate, the joules in 0.5 are just bonkers. Like, even... like, Prada, like, even silly things like this I realized today. not realize, I kind of was aware of this, but kind of forgot about it. Like, even doing stupid things like this, like 19% fire resistance on a jewel using the new sacrifice orbs. I think this rolls up to 20. Like, I was short of resistances, and I was like, you know what? I got one of those orbs of sacrifice. I was like, I'll just chuck it on some semi-shit jewel, and I'll just solve my resistances. And imagine this with, like, someone in chat, props to them, I apologize, I can't remember which one of you it was, mentioned the skin of loyalty. And we were talking about, imagine, like, having a bunch of these jewels with the upgraded enchant, like you could get 2 resistances practically upgraded on a jewel, orb of sacrifice, upgrade them, run. Herm, legend, mate. I should have remembered that and trusted that it was you. Skin of loyalty, God, drawing a mental blank. Adorned, rare, upgrading, increasing the effect of rare corrupted jewels. You could pretty much just stack the absolute shit out of your resistances. So yeah, if we get that far, what do we got here? Rare unique, that would be nice to get to. And once again, I've yapped away and completely lost track of what the good remnants were. So we'll just send it down here. God, why do they bait us like this? Like, couldn't it just have, like, gotten just to the thing? Can this at least hit both? That's nice. We'll loop back up for that one. Okay, nice. I can at least hit that. The placement range is nice in this map. Or do we go... What was down here? I don't need to focus on this for a second. We got some trash there. And... Oh, this... Gonna be bad picking that up. Nah, don't think I can go there. I'll go up here. I can't even remember what these are. I'm just selecting them. It looks like it's worth it. We are just full sending it today. Whatever. That will do. That will do, pig. That will do. I don't have chat command set up, Prada. That's my in-game name. Funky Chicken 2 THC. I'll type it in chat. I am my own chatbot. Oh. Damn, man. Is that the... It is the sacrificed, isn't it? Because I can see it's pulled off the suffix. 60% damage on an enchant. Fuck. The upgrades are pretty significant. It's like the plus levels on wands is cracked as well. Like, using that sacrifice, what is it? Like, the theoretical max plus levels you can get on a wand is something crazy like 12, I think? Like, you get... What is it? +5. Oh god, I'm not going to do the math now, but it's what you get the +5. You've got the crafted +1, which is 6. You can get 3 in 2 sockets with the Legacy of Life Sprig and the standard +1, so that brings it to 9. Then you corrupt a +1 on and upgrade it. 11? Or was there a way to get 12? Can't remember. There's some crazy tech which I think you may allow you to get 12. I can't remember what it is though. But you can definitely get 11 on ones. Like, how bonkers is that? Obviously, it's near impossible to actually pull that off, but still, the fact that it exists is pretty crazy. Yeah, and then you can upgrade it with the sacrifice to +2, I believe. I love how there was all of this talk amongst the community about plus levels. You know, constantly it was asked in developer interviews and things like that. You know, they say that they're aware of it. Not that I'm having a go at GG. I love the game, and honestly, I'll play whatever they put out. But it was kind of funny that there was all this talk about plus levels and how people typically were relatively unanimous about not really liking how strong and prevalent it was in build setups. And then all of a sudden 0.5 comes out and all of a sudden there's even more sources of plus levels. Just took it to complete extremes. Yeah, all of a sudden you're having like +6 on amulets, +11 on wands. It's like, bloody hell. Well, I was shocked when they released the original patch notes for 0.5, and they had the nerfs for the melee skills on weapons, and there was nothing for spells. It's like, what? Okay. Yeah, the mana stacking has been nuts this league as well. What is it? Shamans getting up to like 20,000 plus armor with the what is it? The bonded runes on the fork. I believe Everseen was working towards setting the shaman up on THC, so he had the fork. You referring to the fork, Prada? Shaman in general, yeah. Yeah, the fork is nuts. Like, even some quirky stuff, like I was using the fork for correct, like, I believe the right name was Rune of Hollowing for runic ward setups. Converting away 45% of your life into runic ward and just plus the rune forge plus 300 runic ward. You can get like a shit ton of runic ward just from the fork itself. It's pretty cracked as well. Yeah, lots of flexibility, opens up lots of cool stuff. Then you've obviously got the mana stacking, then you've just got the plain basic spell casting setup with the plus levels and your standard crit kind of car speed runes and all that. Gain elemental. A lot of cool stuff. Very cool item. I like chase items like that. A lot of flexibility. Not easy to get. Typically kind of want the extra socket on it as well, which makes it even more of a chase, kind of getting the corrupted version. Yeah, exactly. Really, really nice chase, unique. God, where are these? This remnant spawning monsters off screen. Decompose remnants of cargo explosive. How does the decompose fit in there? Is that decompose with sacrifice? Or just consuming legitimate corpses? So I have seen those boots used quite a lot with sacrifice setups as well. What is it? There's also the... What's that other expedition ability? I think Miso was playing it a lot with the little orbs that it creates. Like you have the chance not to consume corpse with sacrifice, and you pretty much just got 100% uptime on it from your minions, and you've got those little balls flying around everywhere. I have seen that. Yeah, it's unfortunate that a lot of those kind of builds need that whole weapon swap stuff. I'm not a big fan of it either. From a gameplay subjective point of view, that is. Not that I've got nothing against the tech, it's more so just the playstyle. I'm not a big fan of it. Man, some of these remnants are getting crazy today. Oh, chill ground. Yeah, mana remnants is particularly good, I'd imagine, for that, for the simple fact that you can spawn them, what is it? Just on crits, so it's good for single target as well, and just in general for the consistency. Because what Remnants of Calgo is on kill. On crit hit and kill, yeah, exactly. God, always this one little mob keeping them immune off screen. There we go. Holy shit, what's with, like, whoa! Man, I am not surprised a lot of hardcore players avoid this shit early on. Like, what the fuck? We're not even stacking runes and it's vomiting out rares. It's constantly this oath rune as well, just the immune ones. I'm seriously surprised I haven't died yet with some of this shit going on. Came close. Omen saved us earlier. I have to say, I did know this setup would be relatively tanky. Being stubborn, trying to get Red Life working, but this is actually proving to be a lot tankier than I actually thought it would. We're handling this for the I'm probably jinxing myself and I'll rip in a minute, but it's holding up a lot better than I thought it would, to be honest. I thought I'd die pretty quickly today. Oh god, is this guy not dying again because his buddy's up here? Yep. GGG, please remove the oath rune. It is not fun. How many waves is this gonna spawn? Someone wanted to know single target. I'm like, oh, don't worry, we'll be doing a boss soon and you'll see. And all of a sudden I'm spending half an hour just clearing one bloody remnant. Okay, this guy's not dying. Where's his friend? Oh, of course, off screen. Holy shit, and another wave. And even more rares. Holy! Ah! I have no regrets. Have to be really careful not to get stuck in my weapon set 1 during all of this shit. I think this is 2 remnants maybe, that's why it's going a bit crazy. There we go. God, so many of these immune ones. Oh, oath rune. It's like 2 or 3 immune ones because of all the buddies. And I'm pretty sure one of these guys is spawning allies all of the time as well. Oh god, another wave. This could be it, boys. This is getting a bit crazy. Oh, another wave. Oh shit. Where are all your mates? God, where are all the allies? Is this guy down here? Oh, and another wave. What the hell is going on? Seriously, how long has this remnant been going? Fucking hell. Another wave. What the fuck? Oh, jeez. There we go. That was an ordeal. Oh, jeez. Another crazy one. Try a new strategy. I'll go around in circles and hopefully pick up all the stragglers. kind of working a little bit better, isn't it? Oh, jeez. Oath rune, summoning ally rune. This shit is getting nuts. Man, what is with these remnants? Oof. God, I really need to get the loot filter sorted.
I think not.
I've got inventory full.
These are our supplies.
Nope.
I will
Nope.
make use of this.
Nope. No. Nope.
Time is of the essence.
Oops. Was I meant to get rid of that? Actually got enough rings for a law weave craft as well. I just need to find the recipe.
History left its mark. Time to leave.
Oh
mine.
lord. What was in here? Grab that. Gold ring, grab that. Cheeky little divine. Need to remember to go down into these areas because this is where we get the crafting recipes, isn't it? There we go. Journey to the East. Please tell me that is what I hope it is, which is the Law Weave. On the off chance it is, and I rip, I want to make sure I've got that. Actually, does anyone know if the Law Weave recipe is per character or is it account wide? Actually, I can't go to King's March, can I? Well, just have to make sure I survive. Where were we? Down here
History
somewhere.
left its mark. Time to leave mine.
Yeah, I suspect it's per character as well, but you never know.
Another call.
Oh god, where's it going? Up this way, right? Is Elder Legacy still sell at high price in hardcore? It drops so bad at normally that I don't want to farm expeditions anymore. I believe it is very rare in all leagues. There are many people who have spent many days just trying to find even one 10 rune remnant, which is where you find it. I'm not too experienced in terms of the typical hardcore trade to tell you how much it's worth there, but I'd imagine it's expensive there. I know on standard it was always worth quite a lot, like 300+ divs near the end.
Death is my power to wield.
Oh, that was a long logbook. Oh, so it's dropped in price. Wow. Well, it makes sense. The league's kind of at its kind of trickling off phase. Things start to drop in prices again as demand goes down as less people are playing.
Yes, quickly. A useful trade.
Actually, I should use Cheeky Alchemy Orb on these.
Greetings. This is what we have. Good fortune.
Currency looking a little bit healthier. Alright, hopefully this is a law weave recipe.
What's that you have there?
Nice. Do we do the law weave craft now? Just for a little bit of fun. Let's do it. Let's just send it. So we got 24 black hearts. What I may do is save some of the 20% ones.
Hail, hero. Hail, hero.
Oh, like a glove. So what we want here is the armor also applies to chaos and the intimidate. We want both of those to land on the law weave. Although we've only this many black hearts, that may be a stretch, but we'll give it a go. Got the armor applies to chaos, at least. Lightning damage converted to cold. Can be interesting. Max mana when an enemy dies in your presence. Mana stacking build. Mana armor stacking build. Could be some interesting things. At least we have a law weave. Shame that we didn't get the intimidate as well. The armor applies to chaos is arguably more important if we're going to go armor stacking. Got one at least. Yeah, it's not bad. Not the worst roll. Got the armor applies to chaos, which is probably arguably the most important stat that I wanted. I think we got a travel map now before a boss fight. Yep. God, why does it lag so much? Oh. That lore weave might actually be really good for a cheeky spark passed on setup if I want to get brave and maybe try one on THC. Convert all the lightning damage to cold, cold infuse. Be able to stack armor with armor applies to chaos. And the mana on kill would be nice for not needing to do Pyro Pact. Maybe even go for a Mind over Matter armor build. Always wanted to try and do that. Don't know if it would be possible, but it would be something interesting to maybe try. Is this a T14 map? I think it is. Whoops. Well, at least Doriani's bumping it up a level. Yeah, T14 map. Waystone's dropping. Oh well. Ooh. Orox, Rumble Flask. Ooh, another good one. Always Gamba. 5 random currency. Actually, I should do the flags as well for logbooks. Where are the flags? Some here. 2 there. 1 there. Do this. This. Can we reach this one? No. There we go. dokie. Oh, another divine.
Welcome. This is what we have available.
That is a decent base if I could hit the mana per enemy killed.
Good
How
for
many greatest sorcery do I have? 1. I'll put that away.
greetings. Wachik Dresh. Bring any tone. Good fortune.
Oh shit, didn't want to put that tablet away. Alright, don't know which boss this is, but we'll jump in there. Varana, maybe? One of these days I need to learn the name of these boss maps and how they correspond to the different bosses. Or is this Uhtred? This might be Uhtred, actually. Yep. Cheeky Mannaroon, maybe? Come on, Mannaroon. Oh, what's this? Never seen that lineage before. Why does your place smell like campfire wood? Spores skills grant overflowing chalice when used for 1 second per 1 second of their cooldown. The fuck is this? It's overflowing chalice. The buff that causes life and mana fast scale 1 chops. Yeah, seems pretty meh. But yeah. In my area, they do forest burn off quite often, so it stinks of kind of got that burnt wood stink quite often as well, especially during winter. They do the burn offs quite regularly. So one day you would just go outside and it just absolutely stinks. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm quite sensitive to that as well.
Welcome. This is what we have available.
Use another Orof Medved logbook. Something fishy sulfite last to fall. Bleak and awful. It says 3 grand expeditions. Warm but risky, bleak, it's dry. Oh, I want to continue forward. I'll go this way. 1, 2, 3 bosses. 1. So only 2, 3 expeditions. That's not the worst. 3 expeditions, 3 bosses. And to be honest, people, I think I may call it there because we do have the podcast coming up in a touch under 2.5 hours, and I wouldn't mind having a feed and a bit of a break to relax before then. Somehow the character survived that little adventure into expedition. We had one very close call with the Omen of Resurgence popping with some spike in damage. But Funky Chicken 2 survives to see another day. The build is actually surprisingly feeling a lot tankier than I expected, so positive signs that this setup maybe does have some hardcore viability. We've gotten almost halfway through level 94, so progressing a lot better than I originally expected when we first started this character. We're already, I think, almost 2 levels ahead of where I got the shield wall build, so very positive. Yeah, I'll probably take a break. Then we got the podcast, so I doubt I'll be playing again today. Tune into Miso X Shiro or Dead Rabbit. I believe they both stream the podcast. Like I said, happening in exactly 2 hours, 20 minutes from now. Support the stream, support those guys. They're fantastic in the community. And I'll be on again. Yeah, I should be on again tomorrow. Probably similar times. Maybe do a little bit of a longer stream tomorrow since today's was a short one. So, 07 guys, thank you as always. Let's have a look who we can raid. Let's see who's online here. Blaze is on. We raided Blaze yesterday. We've raided Mr. Aimless. Maybe it'll be Cal Torak, Mr. Cal before the stream. Yeah, we'll go over the Cal. Support our bro who we'll be chatting with very soon ourselves during the podcast. So let's just find him in the list here. Here we go. And we'll be off in a couple of seconds. So once again, guys, thank you very much. See you all tomorrow. For those that are still on into a bit over 2 hours, please tune into the podcast and support the guys. And see you later.